Hey, Fit Happy Dynasty, Coach Steve here. Welcome to this week's call. It is Wednesday, March the 30th. Just one more day left in this month and the 22-minute hardcore special promotion. So definitely take advantage of that. Reach out to any of those prospects that you have who maybe showed interest in it or were P90X fans with Tony Horton, because they're giving away that free sandbag, right? So why not help them get into that sandbag? But right now, before we get going, I just want to do a little recognition and just shout out some people from last week, because tonight, every Wednesday night, so Thursday at 12:01 a.m. to Wednesday at midnight at 11:59, I'm sorry, 12 a.m. till 11:59 on Wednesday nights is our weekly accounting period. So I want to talk about the previous weeks because we're not finished with this accounting period yet. So let's talk about Success Club Point Earners, our Changing Lives Club. Again, Success Club points are based on Shakeology sales, whether they are a challenge pack, 2 Success Club points, right? That's the program plus Shakeology together on Home Direct, or just a Shakeology on Home Direct. Shakeology by itself in a sale, non-Home Direct does not count. When it is just Shakeology on Home Direct, it's 1 Success Club point. So that's how we earn Success Club points, or what we call the Changing Lives Club. So on the board as of last week, and I know that the numbers have changed so far this week, but we'll make that announcement after the month has ended. On the board, Kristen Schleid, Katie Gunn, Teresa Gilmore, Tracy Feeney, Jess Tronsolito, Irina Santiago, Heather Nicola. Having Success Club 5, Kerry Monty. Let me see, Success Club 10, I'm at 10 as of last week. Dana Solano kicking some ass every week, Success Club 10. And Miss Jen Wojtasic, 33.
34.
I'm saying as of the end of last accounting period. You animal. So, yes. All right, we also have some new Emerald coaches. What's an Emerald coach? An Emerald coach means that you personally have 2 sponsored coaches that fall under you. Each of those coaches fall, one in your left leg and one in your right leg, okay? And they're both active coaches, meaning that they have at least 50 in personal volume coming into their account every single month, whether it's through Shakeology order or helping other people. So congratulations, new Emerald coaches. This month so far, Kerry Monty and Tracy Feeney. Way to go, girls. We also have our top coaches of the week from last week. So Carrie Scott, Kristen Schleid, Katie Gunn, Dave Vandiar, Kerry Monty, Teresa Gilmore, Heather Nicola, Dana Solano, and Miss Jen Wojtasic came in as number 1. So great job, everybody. Kicking some serious ash. All right, let's get going with this call here, everybody, because I'm going to talk about Instagram. I'm going to talk about how to grow your Instagram page. And last week I covered growing your Facebook like page, and not just growing your like page, but investing in it and taking it to the next level. Because as we know, with these social media platforms, it's all about these days. You could push your organic growth, but it's going to be a long, slow, tedious path, right? And we can do that, and I've been doing that with Facebook, and it's been fine, but it's really not doing what I need it to do versus paying for it, right? So if you haven't watched that video, please go in to our team page. I reposted it, or you can find it on YouTube under my page, Fit Happy Steve. Also, today we're going to be covering Instagram. And Instagram, we're going to talk about how to grow your Instagram page, what it looks like to build an Instagram page, and how Instagram works, and some of the key pointers and tips that are current. Now, if you're watching this, again, today is March 30th, 2016. If you're watching this later than now, in just a few months, things could change completely, because what these social media sites are doing is they are constantly changing their algorithms. They're constantly changing everything that they do, because they want to kind of keep ahead of everything that's happening. They don't want it to become stagnant. So you have to keep your personal development up. Watch YouTube videos. Just reach out to people who are using those social media platforms, because that's how you're going to grow. The only way we're going to be able to reach really high, really far is by learning more. The more you learn, the more you earn. So, all right, let me go over some tips before I share with you my Instagram page. And you know what? Let me start sharing my Instagram page with you. Let's do that, okay? And then we'll go back. So let me just screen share here. 1 second. All right. Sharing. All right. Can you all see this? Yeah. All right, perfect. So I'm sharing Instagram from just from Windows here. This is the, I don't know if you guys have ever even logged on to your Instagram account from your computer. You can. It's extremely limited. I don't use this to do anything with, but every so often, if you're on your computer and you want to log on just to see what's going on in your news feed, you can definitely go on there and you're going to see everything that's going on, that's happening. But I want to share with you some important tips on what we have going on here, and I'm going to go into my own personal page. And oh, Melanie Mitro's here, so let's go to Melanie Mitro actually first. So if we go to Melanie Mitro, right, she's the #1 top coach in the network of Beachbody. She's #1 top coach for the past 2 years running, so 2014 and 2015. She's currently ranked in 2016 as the #1 top coach as well. She's kicking some serious arse, and she's doing it through social media. She takes advantage of, she's a huge blogger. Blogging is big with her. Everything runs back to her blog. Her blog is kind of like her main hub, and everything branches off of there. Her Instagram, her Pinterest, her Snapchat, her Facebook page, her Facebook personal page, and everything feeds each other. So if you look at her, she has 43,000 followers, right? That doesn't just come by her, organically making this grow. She's investing in her page. She is linking it to everything that she possibly can. If you're to go on her Pinterest page and you click on an image, I guarantee you it will either link you back to her blog or it will actually link you back to her Instagram, which I'm going to talk about with everybody. And that is a fantastic tool because it'll really allow your people, if you like Pinterest and you're interested in Pinterest, which you should be, it's a great tool to really attract people, especially if you're into blogging or anything along those lines, or even just sharing what you like. So it's incredible. Now check this out. She only is showing 3,500 posts and she's only following 3,600 people. She's not following a lot of people with 43,000 views. So let's go over to my page. Okay, so I have 3,500 followers. Now that is nothing compared to Melanie, right? But I did not start my Instagram account until mid to late June of 2015. So it's been just less than a year since I started this account, and I already have 3,500 followers. And the importance of this is that, you know what? I am gaining traction on it. I have people reaching out to me. I gained business from my Instagram. It took a little while for that traction to build, but through consistent posting and being vulnerable and putting myself out there, just like you do with Facebook, it really helps to grow who you are. Now, I want to start with this. When we're focusing on our Instagram page, right, feed, we want to make sure that what we're honing in on has to do with something. I want you to picture this, a magazine. What do you want that magazine to look like? What do you want the magazine cover to look like, right? And then what do you want the internals, the inside pages to look like of that magazine? Does it have to do with just your family, or does it have to do with fitness? Because ideally what you'd like to do is not just gain fitness lovers, but you want to gain people who are interested. So are you focusing on, Teresa, you're actually getting married soon, right? So if on Instagram, you're to focus a lot of your images and things on weddings and, bride-to-be and all those fun things, your images are going to come across. And if you're putting in the correct hashtags, which we'll talk about, you're going to be gaining a lot of new followers because they're going to be interested in what your story is, and they're going to be soon to be wives, soon to be brides, and they're going to be really intrigued by you, and they're going to start following you. And then as you start posting about fitness or nutrition, now they're going to become even more intrigued by you. So this needs to be a snapshot of a magazine, and that's how you kind of need to do it, right? It's not just like Facebook, like your personal page where you post about your life and you try and build a relationship with people. You're not going to necessarily build a relationship with people on Instagram. You will, don't get me wrong, or a likeness, I guess. But what you're going to do is you're going to gain traction with your followers through your interests, right? So what are you going to do to post about your interest? And you need to keep it kind of minimal. You can't go all over the board. What I found for me, I need to be relatable to women, right? So I post a lot about Diane. I think it's really important that I do that. And when I post about Diane, I notice I get a lot more likes, right? So don't be afraid of posting about things. Or if I post about family or my pups, I get a lot more likes, right? If I post about nutrition, I get a good amount of likes. You need to keep things relevant, and you need to keep things fresh, okay? So how did I gain those 3,500 followers, since June, and we're only just walking into April of 2016, right? Well, it's not all organic, that's for sure. I paid for a program that's online called Instagress, and I'll share with you what that looks like because I only am following 152 people. I don't want my news feed. I use Instagram as a business tool. I don't use it as a social media platform to connect with my friends. I use it as a very purposeful to grow my business. So I don't need to have 3,000, 4,000 followers. And maybe eventually I will, or following that many people. I want it to be clear and clutter-free so that when I log on, I can see the people who are going to inspire me, who are going to maybe be leading me, like Melanie Mitra. I like seeing what she posts every day, all day, and she's very consistent, right? You have to be consistent with your posts, and I will talk about what that looks like to you as well. So let's hop over to Instagress. I want to share what this looks like. So Instagress is an interesting website. So when I first started in Beachbody, I started looking at what are some of the top leaders doing, and how do they have so many followers on Instagram? I had an Instagram account, I never used it, so I think I dumped it, and I just started a new Instagram account, and I branded it as Fit Happy Steve. Now, you don't have to brand it as anything, like corny or crazy. You can brand it as yourself. But what I wanted to do was begin my branding from moment one. And by doing that, I realized that I needed to grow myself, but I needed to reach the people out there who were going to be my target audience. Just like I spoke about last week, building that avatar, that perfect person, that perfect criteria of the person that fits in that box, that has every quality that I want as a Beachbody coach to come to my feed, right? So that when I post something, they're attracted to that post, whether it has to do with fitness, nutrition, family, my faith, whatever it is. I want them to be attracted to that, so that they begin to follow me. And as soon as they begin to follow me, I'm just gonna, one second here. I'm just gonna mute the line. Sorry. Oops. Okay. So once they begin to see my posts come up through my hashtags, when I build those hashtags, now I've got the perfect people following me. Now, out of those 3,500 followers that I have, with me on my account, are all of them solid? No, not at all. But you know what? You've got to take the good with the bad. You're gonna have computer-generated follows from people's Instagram accounts just because they want you to go back and follow them. And that happens often because, hey, it's social media and it's kind of free for all. But there are so many solid people. And I'm going to teach you that it's important to get followers, yes, but just by paying to get followers, that's not going to guarantee you sales. It's not going to guarantee you coaches. It's not going to guarantee you anything unless you actually work it, right? So let me talk about Instagress here. So Instagress is pretty cool because you can set all of your criteria here. I think I paid $99 for 1 year. I think it was $99 for 1 year. And I have 85 days remaining. And what I chose was everything, very finite here. So I chose to only have my Instagress post likes for me and post comments for me. So all day, every day, my Instagress is connected to my Instagram account, and it's posting likes and it's posting comments that I choose the comments that I wanted to post, and it randomly posts those comments to people's Instagram photos that have those hashtags that I put into the criteria for Instagress. Okay, I'm gonna break that down for you a little bit more. Now, I've reset this a few times, so it's only showing that it's posted 108,638 likes for me, right? It's actually a lot more than that. I don't even know what it's at. And it's saying that it has posted 21,291 comments for me because it's posting all day, every day. And a lot of those people are coming back to follow me because what they'll do is they'll be like, oh, who's this liking my account? People love to be recognized. And when they're recognized for something that they do, especially when it's someone new, they're really intrigued and they go onto that person's Instagram account and they go through their feed to make sure that they're real, right? That they're not just a salesperson out there. And if they like what they see because you chose the hashtags that recognize them, that avatar, that perfect person in a box that has all the criteria, now you have their attention, and most likely they're going to start following you. And that's what you want. And then I'll talk about the next steps from there. So what does Instagress look like? Let's go through here a little bit. And some of you might be thinking, well, I'm not interested in this. I would never do this. And that's fine if you don't do it. But it's important to know that you can grow your business through the tools that are available to you. Now, like I said, just because you pay for something like this or anything else doesn't mean that it's all going to happen. The fortune is in the follow-up. Right? This is setting the stage for you. It's up to you to take those next steps to move it forward. So I can choose any settings, activity speed, media source. So I chose tags, right? Which are, the tags are hashtags. Media age, I put any age in there. Media type, any. Let me see here. Okay, advanced filters. Let's go through the filters here really quick with you, okay? I'm gonna look for the important filters. Okay, comments. These are the 3 comments that I put in that I want put up because they're so generic and they can go with any picture, almost any picture, trust me. It's sent nice to people who put those hashtags out, and they're not so nice things, okay? But then I have to go back in, you know, if I can find it, and I'll usually delete that like. But I put nice, like it, cool, right? So those are the only 3 that get posted, and 99.9% of the time, they are correct with a picture that's being posted. And it's doing this for people all over the world who are on Instagram too, right? But the majority are in the States. Okay, so those are the comments. Follow. All right, I don't do the follow thing. I don't like it to follow people. It can follow people for you if you want to follow people, but there's no sense in doing that. Let's see here, tags. Okay, perfect. So these are all the tags. It gives you 1,000 hashtags to put in, 1,000, right? So I don't even think I have all the hashtags, 1,000 hashtags put in here, but I mean, I've got like crazy stuff in here. Family, bored, baby, yum, food, beach body, 21 Day Fix, fashion, fitness, faith, freedom, debt-free, boss girl, work for me, live debt-free, no debt, get healthy, etc. I mean, you can imagine, look at all these hashtags I have in here, right? So I took time to go in I mean, I even put pug, puggles, Yorkie, Yorkie love, Yorkie poo. What I did was I went into, which if you're not aware, you can Google at any time the top trending hashtags. And not just the top trending hashtags right now, you can even go on Instagram and look at the top trending hashtags right now. I'm talking about the top trending hashtags for like the past year, so that you know that they're solid, long-lasting type of hashtags. These are things people are really interested in, and they've got like millions and millions of hashtags, which means they're regularly hashtagged, right? So find what those things are and just put in crazy stuff. And be careful, because if you put in like sexy, which I had sexy in there, if you put in bikini, which I had bikini in there, it might take you to some not so good stuff. And if you've got people following you who can see what you're liking, it might not be a good thing, just FYI. So you've got all sorts of hashtags that you could put in there as well. All right, you could choose locations if you want locations to minimize it. Usernames, you can add in different usernames. If you know people are following certain people, you can put in those usernames. It'll help you to like them. You could blacklist, you can auto stop the feed at any time. And so this is a really great tool because it's working for you 24/7. It's helping you to grow your business on that level, to be able to set the stage for you and be able to grow much more quickly than what you could have possibly done on your own. All right, so I want to share a couple things. I'm going to stop screen sharing here for a second. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, you know what? I'm going to screen share one more time. I'm going to show you something. How do I get there? All right, here we go. Okay, so there are lots of apps you can use to take advantage of your Instagram account, just like you can with Facebook, right? So why not take advantage of Instapin? Like I said, if you are on Instagram and you are on Pinterest, Instapin is a fantastic app. This app will actually allow you to, whatever you post to your Instagram, it will automatically post to your Pinterest. And what you can do, there's actually another app out there, I can't remember the name of it, but it will actually automatically link your Instagram to your Pinterest. So when somebody clicks on your Pinterest page or that photo, it will automatically bring them right back to your Instagram. Because if they're liking that photo on Pinterest, then they're going to like what you have going on Instagram. This is much like that, Instapin. Except what you need to do is go back in on your Pinterest page, click on the picture, on the image, once it comes up in your pins, and you can add the link to it. And you can just add your Instagram link directly to it. So when somebody clicks on it, because most people go to Pinterest on their phone, right? It will automatically bring them back. So that's a really, really great tool as well. So definitely take advantage of the apps that are available to you. Okay. So I'm going to go over some tips here, and then we are going to finish this up. All right, 1 second. All right. Let me see, actually, if we have any questions right now. All right, we have any questions, guys?
I do. How many sales do you actually make off your Instagram?
Probably a couple a month. Doesn't sound like a lot, but I'll tell you what, paid for itself within a month and a half, and it continues to grow, you know. But keep in mind, what I'm going to talk about next is the game changer with it. When I do this and I'm consistent with it, it will actually lead to more sales. I'm not a great multitasker, okay? So if I'm focusing on too many social media platforms, I kind of get lost, and I'll just zoom focus on one, right? When you get those likes and those followers, there's a method called 5-3-1. Remember, if you're on last week, I talked about 10-4-1 for Facebook like page posting. This week, I'm going to talk about 5-3-1 and the magic in that, which means once you have a follower, where do you go from there and how do you keep up with it? All right. Any other questions? Nope. Okay. All right. So let's go here. And again, I'm sorry, guys, if I sound all sniffly and congested. I am, no doubt. All right. So what does your Instagram need to look like? Here are some tips for your Instagram so that you can work it and make the most of it so that you're not looking like a newbie. So when somebody comes onto your Instagram account, they're going to be like, wow, this person really has a very clean Instagram account and they're not salesy at all. And I think that they might be a fitness coach. They might even be Beachbody, but they're very intriguing and they're not salesy, right? So here are some Instagram tips for you. Number one, your name, your bio, and your profile picture. They need to be solid. Your picture has to be clear, it has to be focused in on you. It can't be like a far away full body picture where people can't even see you because Instagram gives you this like little tiny oval to be able to put your head in, right? Or your picture in. So make sure that your picture's solid and it's zoomed in the right part, and that your bio, because they only give you so much, so many characters in it, is very clear and it's very concise, okay? This is gonna create your first impression. So it needs to be very, very, very solid. Do not be salesy and do not be weird in any way. Brand you, whoever you are, whoever you want to be. You don't have to be Fit Happy Steve. You don't have to be Melanie Mitro, top coach. You need to be you in whatever you do in your business. And when you are married to yourself in this, and what your vision and goals are, you can't go wrong. And no one's gonna be able to tell you otherwise. Right, Jen? Right. Okay, so link. You can put a link in there, right? What kind of link do you wanna put in there? Well, definitely do not put your Beachbody account link, right? People are gonna think that you're salesy. What did I say? Do not be salesy, do not be weird. So don't put that in. What can you put in? You can put in something like your Facebook link, your personal page, Facebook link, your like page, Facebook link. But remember, if you're posting the same thing on your Facebook like page that you are on your Instagram, because remember, they're both kind of like a magazine cover with everything inside them, you don't want to necessarily send someone someplace that is going to be exactly like your Instagram account. Well, what about Wufoo, W-U-F-O-O? I think that's wufoo.com. Wufoo is a site that you can set up. You could set up like a form, and you can have people fill out that form, and that form would say, "Hey, are you looking to, thanks for clicking on my my Instagram account. If you'd like interest, blah 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 blah. You can fill that out, and it will email you to let them know. You can put in a Google form. Figure out something that's going to bring them to something with you, so that they're going to be exposed again. If you've read GoPro, and you need to read GoPro as one of your personal development books by Eric Worre, W-O-R-R-E. He talks about exposures. And exposure, what he means is taking your clients, your prospects, prospective clients, from one exposure to the next, The more you can push them from one exposure to the next seamlessly, the closer you are to them becoming dedicated to whatever your cause is. So bring them from one exposure to the other, whatever that looks like for you, okay? Okay, perfect. So who do you want to attract? Like I said, you need to have that perfect avatar. You need to understand hashtags. You need to understand how hashtags work on Instagram versus how hashtags work on Facebook. They're totally different, right? You need to be able to recognize that. And if you don't know, I'm not gonna go over it now, Google it, do a search, YouTube video it. That's a great way to get some personal development on it, okay? Your content has to be subjective, right? Has to be solid. Stay true to you. Keep it relevant, okay? You can't be all over the place. Hashtags. You don't want to put hashtags in the description of your picture. So you can put hashtags in the description of your picture, but here's Here's a tip for you. You can only put so much in your in there, but when you put it in your comments, they allow a max out. So you can actually get a lot more hashtags in your comments. So if you post your picture with your description, and keep your description very short, because what Instagram has done in the past few months, they've taken it from where you would used to see almost the entire description under your picture, and they've condensed it now to only just three lines that they can see. So your first 2 to 3 lines need to be very powerful and to the point, that are going to attract somebody, not in a salesy or weird way, but in a way that's going to attract them. And, you know, it could be about marital, it could be about, you know, friendships, it could be about baby, it could be whatever, but make sure that those first few lines are very, very on point. All right. And then once it's posted, immediately go in, and instead of putting the hashtags in with your description, post your hashtags in the comments. Why? Because here's what you can do. You can go back to that picture later on, and you can add even more hashtags to it. Just keep adding hashtags to your comments. Go back through, recycle your photos, allow them to kick back up so that there's a new hashtag showing up. Because when a new hashtag shows up on your images, you know, 6 months from now, when you put it in, a bunch of hashtags, 30 hashtags, now all of a sudden, boom, it comes, and now you're going to find more followers following that same. And because you know what? How many of us have posted and we said, man, that was a really solid post. How come no one's followed me? Well, number one, your hashtags might not be right, okay? Number two, maybe it just was bad timing in the day, and just people were just focused on other things. So why not go back to a really great post and make sure that you're posting it with the right comments. All right. So here's the 5-3-1 rule that I mentioned. You want to find your target customer, right? And you want to search hashtags and look for your ideal customer. So when you go into the search part of your Instagram account, look for the people. Don't just think. Don't just like, you know, it's not a crapshoot. You can't just take it by chance. You've got to know exactly who you want to reach. Find the people who are posting the hashtags that you want to follow you, right? So you want to do this. You want to like 5 of their pictures. Once you find those people, and you should do this every day. If you're on Instagram anyway, why not do it? It takes like 10 minutes to do this, to build your business, and you're going to be building your account. So like 5 of their pictures. Don't just like the last 5 pictures that they had, because they're going to think, oh, this person's just in it for whatever, and this happens all the time. Go through a few of their pictures, like them. Okay, comment on 3 of those pictures, whatever of those 5 that you did, and not with those very simple comments like I had. Don't just post cool or awesome. Post something kind of thoughtful. So if you see something that's fitness driven, like they're working out, be like, wow, good for you. Awesome that you're following, you know, that you're dedicated to becoming healthy. I mean, it takes a second to type that out. Send it. Who cares if you don't know them? Instagram is a great business tool. You have to put yourself out there to get there, right? And then have personally followed one of them. So you want to, let me see here. So out of the people that you're doing this with, right? Definitely go and follow, like let's say you're going to do this with 5 people a day. Pick one of those people and follow them. Why not? If this person's intriguing and they're your ideal customer, your ideal client, your ideal coach that you want on your team, why not start following them? If you follow them, they're going to see that you're interested in them. A notification is going to come up, right? And they're gonna find a new follower, and they're gonna be so excited. And you know, because it's not often that people get new followers if they're not paying for followers, right? So they get very excited and they become intrigued by it. So why not be that person? Now they're intrigued by you following them, and now they're gonna go to your account, they're gonna check you out, and they're gonna follow you. It's gonna be a follow for a follow, just naturally and organically. Now they're gonna be very intrigued by you because you showed interest in them first. Now, that brings me to my next point. My next point is in your comments, when you click on that little heart and it comes up with all of your feed, with all the likes you've had on your images, all the new followers you've had, etc. The people who are liking your pictures, if you're putting in hashtags, go onto their account, every single one of them, and see if they're for real. And if you could tell right away, trust me, people are blatantly out for sales. If they're not, and they're a real person and they really were intrigued by what you did, do this process, 5-3-1, right? Go right back to that 5-3-1. Always think 5-3-1, just like Facebook, 10-4-1. And you will start gaining new followers. And if those people are following you for the hashtags that you're posting and you go on their account and you do the 5-3-1, I guarantee you that they're going to become a new follower of yours. And they're going to become organically in love with you because of what you stand for. Boom. How are you looking now? Okay. So let's see here. Okay. All right. When you're posting, what do you want your post to look like? So your image has to be attractive, right? But what does attractive mean? It means, who do you want to attract? When you're posting a picture, are you just posting yourself and words and hoping that someone's going to connect to it? Or are you posting something with intention where people are going to see your hashtags that are attached to it and they're going to be intrigued by what it is because it's speaking to them as a person? So post for that particular person every single post that you do on Instagram. So if your ideal person is a bride-to-be, is a new mommy, is a stay-at-home mom, is a full-time professional, I don't care what that person looks like to you, your ideal client, your ideal coach, you need to post to that person every single day. Do not post just randomly. It has to have meaning behind every single post to the exact same person. The content has to be super solid. I cannot say that enough. All right. Oops, skip the page. I'm just about finished here. Okay. So, okay. Just like Facebook, you need to write down 4 to 5 things that make you, you. And you need to post on each of those things every day, okay? So remember, on Instagram, people love seeing images come up on their feed. It's different than Facebook. Facebook, they're reading a lot more. It's just 2 totally different animals. If you think Facebook and Instagram are alike, then you need to check yourself because they are completely opposite. So do some research, watch some YouTube videos, read some articles on how these work. But choose 4 to 5 things and post on those every single day. You know, so in your Instagram, it comes up with 3 spots for your pictures, right? It goes 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and they all fall below each other. Your goal really should be to fill up all 3 of those spots at least every single day so that you make it through and you know that you've hit your goal. I would say 3 as a minimum, 4 to 5 as a max. All right, Instagrass. If you want to learn more about the impact of Instagram and you want to take this to the next level, you need to sign up for Instagram Impact, and that's with Chalene Johnson. And Chalene Johnson's from like TurboFire, and it's called Instagram Impact. And she has all sorts of, I mean, obviously she's an entrepreneur. She makes millions of dollars every year, but she brings so much value in all of her trainings and all of her webinars and all of these things. It does cost money, yes, but what you're gonna learn from her is invaluable. Oh, I have a note here. Instagrass cost me $80 for the year. That's it, $80. So you sell 2 challenge packs. You know what? You've made your Instagrass, and it's gonna help you for the rest of the year. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Okay. All right. Okay. Actually, I think that is it. Yep. Sorry, I told you I'm kind of out of it. Okay. Thanks, Jen. Are you sleeping? Wait, I've done mute.
I'm looking for something because you're missing a huge thing here with Instagram.
Wait, what am I missing?
You're missing tagging people in photos. And I was trying to find a picture because my husband, for instance, tags followers in his photos, and he has a picture that, and I'm not exaggerating because I want to show it to you, when we were on vacation, got 28,000 likes. So if you tag people, like I tag Beachbody Live, for instance, they can repost your Instagram photo.
That's interesting. I don't do that. So teach me, oh guru. Can you screen share? Can you screen? You should be able to screen share from your computer, your PC. Jen.
I'm sure I can. You want me to figure that out?
Yeah, on the bottom of your screen, it should say screen share, no?
Yeah, it does.
Make sure you don't have anything bad up.
I have to log on to his.
Okay.
I'll find it.
While she's looking for that, does anybody have any questions, or are you intrigued by Instagram at all? And I mean, we could go to all these social media platforms, honestly, and I'm getting into Snapchat now. So who here is on Snapchat? Anybody on Snapchat? Snapchat, Jess, good for you. Snapchat is the fastest growing social media platform right now, and it is a mecca for entrepreneurs because people get firsthand, they get to live your life with you. So if you're not on Snapchat, and Snapchat's not what it used to be, if you kind of recognize or know Snapchat from the past. Snapchat now is so different, like the culture. And if I wasn't sick the past couple of days, I would have been posting snapping, I don't even know what you call it. Pictures or quick videos, right? You get to record like 15-second or 30-second videos, and you get to post those, you get to post pictures. And when somebody goes onto your day, you get to see the last 24 hours, my story, right? And they become intrigued by you. And if you are interesting, like Jen, you're like a very brash, like in your face, I don't give a shit type of person. I'm going to tell it how it is. And if you kind of keep it real, you'd probably have 20,000 followers on Snapchat in no time if you posted regularly. People love realness. They love all of it. And why not chronicle everything? And you can save your images and you can repost them on your other social media too. Dana, you have any questions?
No, I didn't realize Snapchat was so different. I actually deleted it like a year ago because it was getting annoying.
Yeah.
So if it's changed since then I'll check it out again.
Yeah, it
was like a lot of, oh no, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
It was a lot of like stuff that I didn't care about. People sending stupid things. So I don't know, maybe I was just following the wrong people. Yeah,
well, I think if you're to go out as like I did with Instagram, I got rid of my old Instagram account and I started over with my Instagram account with a purpose, very intentional, to build a business with it. If you're to go on Snapchat with the intention, Jess, I'm sure you're doing that. I need to follow you. Then you will gain followers out there, right? You gotta start following the people that you want and start doing it, and you're gonna start growing. And now you can build it the way that you want to build it. Oh, I just got Jen's photo here. This is crazy. Okay, I'm gonna show you this on the screen. All right, hold on a second. You guys tell me, can you guys see this? 28,000 likes. This is nuts.
I know, he's famous.
That's like one of the coolest pictures I've ever seen, by the way, too.
But my point is like, if you do that,
see that picture? 28,000 likes. So, and then he tagged in the picture. So I've never done that. I've never tagged in the picture. So let me ask you this. Who did he tag and how did he do that? This is such a
tagged is people like that he follows. So it's like he's into GoPro and photography. Okay. So he tagged like GoPro of the day, epic GoPro, blah, blah, blah. So I'm just saying like on our end, like you would tag like Lindsay or whoever, and then if you took like a super cool photo, then she might repost your photo.
Oh, I see.
You know what I mean?
Gotcha. Right. It's not a guarantee to get out there, but if you post enough people consistently,
Right.
then it could throw you out there to the masses.
Right. So like me, for like I'm a brand ambassador for that one
Right.
site, so I always tag Zara Perez in all of my photos, and then if she reposts my picture, then it gives me a bigger audience.
Gotcha. Okay. I like that. And have you noticed new followers coming from that like crazy?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm very intrigued by that, and I'm sorry for not sharing that. Okay. So
I like when I get to teach you something.
that is fun. I love it. That's incredible. Okay.
My friend did something similar too, and she got like 5,000 followers from it through like her artwork. So,
And who is that?
I don't know if you know her. My friend Tara.
Oh, okay. So that's interesting. Okay, so there you go. I like that. Thanks, Jen. Thanks, Teresa. Anyone else have any other comments or questions? Listen, I just took you through the basics of how to post, what to post, why to post, and how to build it by spending $80 for the year. If you guys want to do that, then definitely take advantage of it. Otherwise, what I would do is, just do some more personal development on Instagram. Check out Chalene Johnson. Go to her website. She has a ton of stuff out there, and you will not be sorry. All right. It is 9:52. You all have a fantastic and beautiful evening. If you have any questions on this, I'm going to post this video to our page tomorrow if you want to rewatch it, and post any questions there or whatever. All right. Talk to y'all soon. Okay.
Right. Thank
Bye.
you.